can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Welcome
Oh,
back
I
to
said
Let
no,
the
Gabriel,
Boys
leave. I said
Watch,
no.
a Going Grade
Let the boy
production.
watch.
We're talking about House of the Dragon
Let the
Season
boy
3, the
watch.
penultimate episode, The Dragon in Winter. House of the Dragon is a George R. R. Martin slash Game of Thrones spin-off joint. The director of this episode was Nina Lopez Corrado. This is the brainchild of Ryan Condal and the aforementioned George R. R. Martin. Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon stars Matt Smith, Emma Darcy, Olivia Cooke, James Norton, Steve Toussaint, Ewan Mitchell, Tom Glynn-Carney, yada 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 yada.
That's enough.
But enough about the cast of characters. Ryan is our co-host, and Ryan, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing well. How you doing this week, Benny?
Doing great. We got an episode which I will hold back my opinion on, and you saw the Odyssey, so I'm excited to talk about two things this week. So
Yeah.
I'm
We
ready
had a
to go.
little, bonus Odyssey talk last week. I finally saw it, so maybe we'll do a little more. And we are releasing this. We've been doing Tuesdays lately, but like they almost said in Jurassic Park, life gets in the way. So we got a little busy, but we're releasing on Thursday. Hopefully next week we'll do Tuesday, and I don't know if maybe we'll do some kind of a wrap up or something, or we'll just jump back into movies. If you joined us because of House and the Dragon, please stick around for us watching movies that typically only I've seen, and hopefully we'll be at full strength with Robbie back. Follow us on Instagram. Let the boys watch pod. You can email us some suggestions of movies, or vote on the aforementioned Instagram when we do a vote on Fridays typically. But you can also email us at ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. And if you aren't following us on YouTube, please, Benny, make them do it.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube right now. You better do it. Let the boys watch. Search for House of the Dragon. Search for Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Godzilla
Home Alone
0,
3.
-0, whatever, Home Alone 3, Godzilla -3, Godzilla +2, X equals 7. Any of the hundreds almost of shows we've done at this point. We would love to have you there. Subscribe. This way, we show up on your homepage every time we release an episode. You don't have to go looking for us every week. And leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us how the HQ, as I call it, the handsome quotient goes up when the third head of the dragon is here. Robbie,
Oh
we
man,
miss you. Yeah. Hopefully, you're
we are
still
an
listening.
ugly podcast right now without
I
him.
know, just the ugliest podcast on YouTube. Maybe stick to the audio version.
Yeah,
But no, we
yeah.
would we
Don't
would love
follow
to
us
see.
there.
Yeah, we would love to see you on YouTube. House of the Dragon. Let the boys watch. It's a blast. I mean, you can't believe all the fun we're having on YouTube. Nobody's seen fun like this.
No, nobody. It's not like the other hundreds of shows that do exactly what we're doing.
hmm No, it's insane. It's please, people's D's are flopping out all over the place.
Oh my goodness. Um, before we get into discussing the episode, just a quick spoiler, not warning, but spoiler explanation. So I've read Fire and Blood. We have both read Song of Ice and Fire. Some of the other stories, Duncan Egg and whatever. We've seen Game of Thrones. But we will not discuss, because Benny has not seen a Red Fire and Blood. So we will not discuss anything past this episode. We might go in the back, in the past, and technically the future is Game of Thrones storyline and whatever. But we're not going to spoil any of the endings of this season or season 4 of this show. So don't be scared if you do not know anything. Um, but yeah. Wait, hold on one second. Hold on.
Okay, you gonna call?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mom. What's up?
Oh,
Um, I just had a quick question. Would you like to go on vacation and
ooh.
murder your son? He's living with a witch. Um, You poison knife, whatever you want to do. Yeah. All right. I'll do the travel arrangements. I'll let you know. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
What'd she say? She
She
gonna
said
do it?
yes. Yeah.
Oh my, what a
Yeah.
crazy lady. Do you want to shag first or no?
Yeah, right. Shall we shag now or shag later? Um, no. So this episode was an interesting one. I'm curious as a non-book reader of this, how you thought of it. Would you like to start with some overall impressions? We will do some segments, or would you like me to start?
I'll start and then you can give
Please.
kind of the good cop, bad cop with, book versus the show. I can't believe we're spending a whole nother season with a very important character in Harrenhal. The whole entire season. How does this happen? I mean like I said, I mean this has kind of been our criticism throughout the whole entire season. That stays the criticism this week, even though stuff happens, not enough happens. Um, but everything else, fantastic. I mean, I do like the fact that Allison's there and what she goes through, but I'm just tired of seeing Aemond at Harrenhal.
Had enough.
Um, that being said, fantastic episode again. I mean, I'm into it. I mean, there's insane stuff happening. We're I'm guessing getting the battle at Tumbleton. We've thrown out, I guess, the penultimate stereotype for the show because it's only 8 episodes. So I think the finale is going to be where everything happens, I guess. Um, Ormond did kind of have something up his sleeve, or at least he moved pretty quickly as to right the wrongs or right the I don't know what I'm saying, but he's got a piece on the board, as he says.
Right.
We're seeing all the dragon seeds. You can see where this all could possibly go wrong for Rhaenyra. We don't get any Hugh this week, so we know he's probably being emo somewhere. You could
Yeah.
see you could see Adam losing his ish and becoming emo because of Bela and not being reliable. So the seeds are being planted. Your boy, our
The
boy,
seeds for the
Sunfire's
seeds.
back. The seeds for the dragon seeds. Sunfire's back.
Back.
As soon as Aegon has a moment of victory, I hate his guts again. I don't want to see anything good happen to him anymore. No, I'm into it. I love what's going on. Rhaenyra has no idea what's going on. She can't. Anytime she gets any type of footing, it's just all crumbling down around her. So I don't know. She's blowing like a 3-game lead, a 3-0 lead. It seems like at King's Landing right now. I'm into it. I'm happy. I'm excited to see what happens next week. And there's a lot to talk about. I feel like I rambled and went all over the place, but that's just because a lot of stuff happened this week and teed us up for the season finale. So bring me down to earth a little bit. Tell me again, I'm assuming at this point we're just way off the books. And tell me if you think that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Um, yes. So this episode, I mean, other episodes are off book. And we've said it a million times. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I like the book. Well, the show's not over, so I can't really say this, but up until this point, I like the book better for the most part. There are a few things that the show has done that I think are better, thematically and whatever. But this episode definitely had a lot in it that is not in the book. And again, the book is not a novel, it's an encyclopedia. It is open to a ton of interpretation anyway. So it's
Do
not
you
like,
think, though,
go
sorry
ahead.
to cut you off, do you think it's open to this much interpretation?
I I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on it depends on the person, I guess, both the listener or watcher, um, and the person who's doing the interpreting, because just like any actual historical event, X happens, but there's a ton of stuff that is not represented by the statement that X happened. This battle was won. This person died, blah, blah, blah. So there absolutely is a ton open for interpretation. I think the reason that some of the book readers, I mean, to be fair, we've said it already, but the book readers are going to complain regardless. Regardless, they're going to complain. But a lot of the things are, there are a few things that are missing that are in the book, not open for interpretation. They're just events or people or whatever that exist, and they're just at this point not in existence in the show. Or they're kind of going about things differently and maybe they'll stick the landing. That's I kind of try to reserve my criticisms until it's all wrapped up because they may get to where George wants to or did go in in the book and get there differently and maybe it's better, maybe it's not, whatever. But I'm trying to like reserve judgment a little bit. But that being said, like you said, this was a very enjoyable episode, very entertaining. The four-way dragon fight
Please,
was incredible.
please.
Yeah, so cool. The Sunfire thing, which really quick, I heard a theory that Sunfire that we saw is not Sunfire, it's Sheep Stealer, which I'm like, that's crazy. I don't think so. But
Yeah.
they kind of made a couple good points, but I was like, I don't think that's right. But anyway, regardless, I don't think that's accurate. Um, but a lot of cool stuff happened. We got a lot of, checking in with everyone. I totally agree with you. I'm fucking done with Alice Rivers. Get it off my television screen. I did appreciate the scene where he comes in poisoned and she's just like,
You
idiot.
idiot.
But we're spending too much time at Harrenhal, and I think without giving things away, I think what they're trying to do for the television audience is have certain characters be around and be more involved than they are in the books because of maybe the actor, whether it's because they're a big name or because they're very good or like whatever the case might be. So I think that's why, and not Harrenhal specifically, but I think that's why certain elements are expounded upon more. Um, and again, we'll see how it kind of all wraps up. I think next week could be either like absolute mayhem or a little bit not tame, but like less than what I think people are expecting to happen. And then next season, um, will be next season, whatever that may be. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. Again, like last week, I'm kind of like split, like book reader and show watcher, although I think this episode I enjoyed more than last week. Even as a book reader. So yeah, we're totally off course, but I think the destination is the same, I think.
It has to
So
be, right? I mean, we have hundreds of years after this that I don't know, canonically, I guess is would how you say it. We know where it has to get to because Game of Thrones is on paper. They talk about some of this stuff. I mean, I guess you could retcon stuff, but whatever. Um,
do you remember the stuff they say in Game of Thrones as far as like spoilers for this?
I remember Joffrey
Okay.
saying something. I don't remember exactly what he says, but
Okay.
I remember who it's about.
Okay.
But I don't remember exact like who did what to who. And I'll just leave it at that. I mean, if you've watched Game of Thrones, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but I'm just not going to throw that out here in case
Right.
you don't remember like I do. And I know the end point of Damon and Aemond
Okay.
because of where a specific sword ends up.
Right.
Um, so I know that, which explains a little bit of like them going so heavy into the Harrenhal similarities.
Right.
But also I don't need that much. And like, there's got to be a middle ground between you expounding and giving me Harrenhal every single episode for both, and like maybe every other episode we check in
Yeah,
and see what's going on
yeah.
there. Like
We don't need
I
it.
you know, I get, but and it's not even like we're getting so much of it and we're getting the same thing again.
Right.
We're getting the dreams, we're getting the sex with Alice Rivers, we're getting the visions, we're getting the chopping wood. Like it's literally the same thing. So I don't know. Like I know
I
where a
mean,
few things end up. I know what they, like you said, what they talk about in Game of Thrones. I might be conflating the Damon uh end game with stuff that I just read in the novels as opposed to the show. But
hmm
um yeah.
um, I will say high comedy is Eamon shirtless, just doing sword stuff in his room
Ooh,
by himself.
ooh, ooh, I get a little crick in my back.
Um, we definitely need to chill on Aemond and Alicent. I don't find that to be necessary like whatsoever. I don't know where they're going with that. It's annoying. And like, all right, so I'll save it for next week. But yes, I agree. Maybe every other week, something like that. I'm done with Harrenhal. Get it out of here. Um, but yeah. Anything else like just kind of open-ended stuff before we do scoring and segments?
They were strong scenes, but I don't think they're going to fit into any of our best slash worst of the week. But the Helena visions
Yeah,
and
very
the Helene,
interesting.
a lot of good Helena scenes, especially like with Rhaenyra losing her cool with her and grabbing her and trying to find out what
Rhaenyra is such
happens.
an idiot.
She really, I mean, she's just lose like the
She's
ball is slipping through her fingers.
like you said, 3-0 and just she is the 0-4 Yankees. She is
Yeah.
losing it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looked so good, and I don't know. It's like she won the first three games, on errors in the bottom of the ninth, and now,
Yeah. What are we doing here?
it's all catching up to her. Um, I mean, the Helena obvious vision we want to talk about the most, I think, is her on Dreamfire, which fucking sick, looks
Sick.
sick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dream Pie looks sick.
you can't talk enough about how good the Dragons look this season. It's incredible. Is that people coming to overthrow them? Is it people coming to running away from something else? And she freaks out and she's pissed and she just Dracarys them. I don't know. I'm interested. I like that we get those visions. Um, I like that it seems like she gets two visions of where her life could end up, and they both end horribly. It's her
hmm
on Dreamfire killing a bunch of people, or her with her children on some remote farm and winter comes or the long night comes or whatever.
Or
So
it's snow or ash or both. I don't know.
yeah, so I mean, interesting. Like finally, good. Like all the visions slash dreams scenes in this show have been a little too ham-fisted or like just unnecessary or unclear. These are kind of the first ones that were like, all right, this is fitting into the story, and it's making me curious about what we're looking at exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't really want to speculate on some of the visions just because my thoughts will potentially spoil some things. But question, what do you think about the gray mare? Like, what do you think that one is suggesting, or do you have any ideas?
I don't really because the only thing I know is what I heard on again my boy Alt Shift X talking about like what a pale mare, yeah, the X-Man, what the pale mare represents is like death. So I don't know. I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough to know like allegories and foreshadowing and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I was more into the stuff that was in my face and a little bit more easy to understand. So the symbolism is lost on me sometimes because I'm a dumb dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know the pale mare one or the gray mare one. I'm not really sure what that's symbolizing. I have a couple of guesses. And I think historically or in the past they've used the pale mare or whatever to signify death. So I guess maybe we'll find out. Maybe it's just weird shit that she's dreaming. I just
Yeah, I
think,
mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna just say my initial gut reaction to it was, "Ooh, pretty horse."
Yeah, of course. Horse, the horse.
Oh, I love the horse. You gotta love the horse. Good
Own
enough
a
about
horse
that.
with Helena. Part owner. Sit next to her up at Saratoga Springs. Great. She's great.
She's gonna be in the fourth race, okay?
Fourth race. The gray mare. Um, uh, what I think the important thing at this point that we're taking from this is actually not the vision, that vision specifically itself. It's what we already said was Rhaenyra's reaction and the fact that she's just fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, like this whole thing. Like, how do you not recognize, like, almost immediately that, like, going at Helena is not going to get you what you want. Like,
Yeah.
use a little honey instead of, vinegar here. Um, and it's so the whole episode, Rhaenyra was so like, someone validate me. I'm I'm not feeling super confident, like whatever. And that
But
was her questioning of Helena, and then we see later what she's doing. But like, do you see anything about this and this and this and Templeton and Helena's like, whoa,
whoa, I think it's the her getting cut by the throne. I think that
yeah,
like just messed her up big time. Like she like once that happened, I think it sent her in a spiral of the throne thinks I'm unworthy. This happened to my father, and my father died not quickly afterwards, as we saw. He was, literally limbs were falling off week by week. But yeah, I think it sent her down. She needs, like you said, somebody please validate me because I'm spiraling right now.
yeah. And we see as viewers, besides that, the fact that she's just again, just fumbling everything. Like it's just she needed, we said this I think last week or 2 weeks ago, she needs a strong small council or at least a strong advisor, and she's not getting it from this small council
But also, like
whatsoever.
we see, I mean, we've at this point we've seen a lot of the major players who would actually be strong counsel to her.
None.
Corliss is emo. Like he doesn't even if even if he was of the right mind, like what does he really know about ruling? Like the best person in this whole situation, Damon's a complete wild card. Although we see maybe, the strong fisted approach might have worked in a lot more of these situations than whatever
Right.
Rhaenyra is doing. But the only person, at least from what we've seen, that would have been competent enough to actually guide her, honestly, was Otto. Otto had the best, even though his methods were super messed up because he had a skin in the game where he wanted his family to get power, he knew how to guide a king, guide a
Right.
queen. Um, but there, I don't
You
see it.
can't trust
Everybody,
them. That's the
yeah,
problem with for
I'm
Rhaenyra,
I'm
like
not
his
even saying
skills and
like
experience. No, I get what you're saying.
yeah, like everybody on Dragonstone is like, ooh, don't do that. We couldn't like let's just sit here and wait and see what like so. Like I said, Damon's a wild card. Corliss, okay, he's a great warrior and he's won all these battles at sea, but like, what does he really know about ruling anything? He doesn't. Um,
Yeah, I
Manderley's
mean,
a
we don't
joke.
know what his time as a ruler on Driftmark was. Like, he probably wasn't there that much because he was
Yeah,
probably off
and even then,
fathering
it's
other children.
it's different ruling your
Right.
castle and the people that
Yes.
rely on you. It's like more of a family feel than trying to rule everybody,
Right.
and deal with all these competing interests and people trying
But at
to.
least it's something.
Yeah, it's
So
something.
look,
Yeah,
if you look, every single person on that council has not run shit.
ever.
None
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
Corliss is the only one with any management experience whatsoever.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like it just seems especially to this point, like she's just doomed from the get-go because she doesn't have the experience. Viserys didn't take her under his wing, and the people that she's surrounded by are just as big of buffoons as the next person that comes in.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. Whatever. Um, all right. Why don't we score this and get to some segments? I'm sure there's a few other things to bring up, but let's try and keep the train rolling here. Um, would you like to go first with your score?
I gave my opinion first, so you score first.
All right. Like I said, and last week, I gave kind of like two different scores. I'm just gonna go one score this week, and say, this it's so hard. I hate I hate like the scores that we gave already because it's like jamming me up, but I'm gonna go uh 8.2, I guess. Um
A little, you like last week a little less, a little more than this one,
I
or
see.
just this is just in a vacuum.
I'm ki- is this kind of in a vacuum because like I'm kind of combining book and show score because like the episode was very entertaining. I liked a lot of it. Like, yeah, there was some stuff that was stupid. Um, Harrenhal especially. The whole let's go murder your son plot is absolute insanity. Um, so that like I could look at it in two ways, and in that sense, it's low like last week. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying talking about it. I've been thinking about it all week. So yeah, 8.2, I guess. Who cares? No one gives a shit anyway.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go back to back 8.5s.
Nice.
I think that this was like a lot of good stuff happened. Again, I think the strength of this season is more bouncing around. Um, and a lot of stuff happened, and every time I look at the clock, I'm bummed that it's 9:50.
I
Um,
know.
and not 9:20, 9:30, where there's more stuff to happen. Um, what was the ending scene? It was him and Ulf, right?
Yes.
And Ulf gets the last word. I was like, of all the people to get the last line of an episode, but it's so good because, like I said, it's you know
Ulf.
all of these dragon seeds at this point are, you could see, not necessarily turning on Rhaenyra like Ulf is, or what seems like he's gonna about to do, um, but just Hugh just not really caring at this point because he's lost his wife, and Adam, whatever he's doing, the love triangle he's in with his brother now, with his niece. uh, so, yeah, I mean, I'm very interested as to what's going to happen. I love that we're bouncing around. Um, from the last, I think, episode, maybe it's the last episode or the episode before, where I was like, okay, but Ormond, what's your plan?
Yeah.
And Aegon, what's really going to happen? And like now, in the course of 1 or 2 weeks, we're like, oh shit! Well, now Aegon's got his dragon back, and he's a big boy, and got nothing to lose. It seems like, and Ormond's got at least one big dragon on his side. Did I say Aemon? Ormond. So things could get real. Things could get real. So I'm liking where we're going, and all that to say, great episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so right now there's Damon, his dragon. Then we have Bela, Adam, Rhaenyra, and then Hugh. We're thinking is basically on the other side. So that's five on side black. But like you said, Hugh, who knows? He's riding his dragon somewhere, smoking cigs, listening to Dashboard because his wife left him. So we might be down to four
Yeah.
on Team Black, and then on
And
Team Green we got Daron, Aemond if he finds Vhagar, uh, possibly Helena. We saw her on a dragon this week. It was a vision, but that technically is there. Ulf if he defects. Um, and then maybe Q or some, I don't know. But basically at 4-on-4 now, which is
and it's like, to do the high towers say, screw it, let's team up, deal with her first, and then whatever happens happens with the with who's left over, or are they too busy infighting to team up, and Rhaenyra still technically has the advantage because she had at least has a team. Do they somehow find a way to bring, oh well, no, Sheep Stealer's dead, so I mean we
I don't
think,
think Sheep Stealer's dead.
we got to go with what we know, right? And it's if we
He
don't
walked
see
away
them, yeah, if we don't see them go, are they really gone? But I mean, if you're Damon, are you really, after all that, gonna make sure Sheep Stealer's not dead? You're really just gonna, like, what is the point of keeping Sheep Stealer alive? So,
because his daughter was upset.
but yeah, but what, I don't know, man. Like, for Damon's sake, I hope Sheep Stealer's dead, because that would just be a massive idiotic move.
Yeah. No, you got to finish that.
Yeah. So does Sheep Stealer come back? Is he gonna come back
Yeah.
with Reyna? I mean,
Yeah.
Bela with low key MVP of this episode, trying to at least get Reyna back to like a normal state of mind. Because if Sheep Stealer came back and Reyna's in her nihilistic mode, like, that could have only been a disaster. So Bela low key, trying to say, hey, we're starting anew now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy. But yeah, things can change very quickly at this point. So we'll see.
Tell you, you get to a game 7, you never know what could happen.
That's all right.
You don't know.
Any given Sunday, right? Um, all right. Let's do some segments. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up before.
No, I'm sure we'll get to it.
Okay.
I was coming to it, back to it at the end.
Yeah. And I don't think yeah, we did mention it, but maybe some bonus Odyssey talk at the end. So we got to keep this somewhat concise here.
Yeah.
Um, it's already been half an hour. We haven't done anything.
There's a lot to talk about this week.
So let's talk about. Um, all right. So who sat the Iron Throne for you this week? Meaning, who's the, favorite character? Someone did something cool. Like, who do you want to shout out this week, Benny?
I'm gonna go Aegon. I feel like Aegon had the
Good choice.
cleanest victory this week. He
Flawless
finally get
victory.
yeah, he gets his baby boy back. I mean, well, I'll come back with my Ani Mensch for second place, but yeah, Aegon for me. Gets too short of a redemption arc, I think. Maybe, like, he really didn't go through it as much as he could have, although he's been burnt to a crisp for, going on a year now. So who am I to say? But I think Aegon wins the week for me because he had kind of the cleanest win.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the best choice I think for this episode. I I guess because he's off the board, I think I might go Ormond. Uh, Probably had the best week. Um, and I mainly am picking him now is because did you notice when he was meeting with Ulf that he had like fucking 18 incense things float
Yeah,
like hanging around him?
yeah, dude, it's getting worse and worse for him.
They're definitely flinging dragon poop at him at some point.
A
I think
zillion percent. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, he called it right. He knew he said Rhaenyra's not going to attack Tumbleton, and she hasn't and didn't. And he was able to shore up their defenses, get some things in order. Clearly, I mean, they don't confirm it, but at this point, you have to assume that Ulf is going to defect and be on his side. Um, so he had a week, man. What a week. And he's got Corlys in captivity, chopping off his fingers. Uh, he's apparently a vegetarian. He's trying to limit his protein intake. Fine. Um, but yeah, good good week for him, I guess. Even though I hate his guts, I can't wait until he maybe dies or maybe doesn't. I don't know.
Dies of poop asphyxiation.
Yeah. Um, who had the worst week for you? So who was
The
I still
sand
don't know.
snake of the
We don't have
week.
a name. The Sand Snake. I don't know. The Alice Rivers Award.
The Alice River Memorial.
Yeah. Um, oh, well, if we're doing Snake, I guess I go. Uh, eh, not because she specifically had a bad week, but because I just find this whole storyline so stupid. But Alicent stinks this week. She is, in my mind, stunk for several weeks at this point of episodes. But this is so dumb. And we have to assume at this point that Alice's nonchalant response means she's going to be able to save him fine. So, what did this accomplish? Screen time. That's all this
Yeah.
did.
And
Now
the
what?
fact that he's going to want to kill his mom at this point.
What a bunch of
And potentially
nonsense.
bone her first or after. I don't know at
Ugh,
this point.
that all that is stupid. I don't like this whole thing. It's so
Yeah.
dumb.
My loser of the week, my Alice Rivers Memorial Award goes to Alicent as well. I just have to pick her as well. It just she like what cards do you have left at this point?
What are we doing?
How are you getting back to King's Landing? How are you not getting tracked down by Aemond immediately? So yeah, I mean, it just seems like she is not long for this world at this point because she has played every single card and she's stuck with literally the worst Uno cards you could possibly have left, and she's got no way out of this situation. So I don't know. I mean, it's the Thrones universe, so she might have a reverse card up her sleeve, but I mean, what she just tried to, one of her sons missing, as far as she knows. Her daughter probably hates her at this point, and she just tried to kill her last son. So I don't know. I don't know what else she could do, and I don't know where her story's going from here, but it doesn't seem like it's going to end well.
Um, I've been thinking about this a little bit recently, and I think maybe the real loser here is Rhaenyra, because most likely any other um I don't know if conqueror is the word that I want to use here, but like someone who comes in and takes the throne from the previous rulers to not kill the Queen Regent, any other family members that are in your that you have taken captive, and to be fair, yeah, I don't think burning your own constituents is a good idea, but like she should have just went into Tumbleton and ended it. So like all this waffling is just absolutely destroying her slowly. And
Yeah.
Alicent still being alive and doing this type of crap is evidence of that misstep.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like you said, it's people would have been pissed for, I don't know, a couple weeks and then just gone back to their shitty lives and no one would care at that
No,
point. So,
no one would care. No one would care. If they have bread, they wouldn't care.
yeah,
Stupid.
you're right. My honorary mention for best of the week is Tyrion Lannister. I mean, just dude
Good
made the
choice.
right choice as much as he wanted to like he was just ready to go down with the ship. He
Yeah,
might
loyal to the end.
had just he was stumbling, bumbling, fumbling last week, but when it counted, he was the one that stood next to Aegon. So I don't know. I feel like he's in position to have a big come up.
Is the all-time fumble here? We're talking about fumbling. Laris just at the 1 yard line and like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the locker room.
Yeah. I mean, I'll ship that export up a good point where it's like the juxtaposition of Kristen Cole, going out needlessly and
Oh
really
yeah.
gets nothing for it. And Laris being like, you know what? I'm not gonna go out on my sword. And that's the wrong choice here. So, there's
Well,
oh,
because you don't know that this was gonna happen.
right. So
Yeah.
it's just that sometimes it's just the luck that makes that choice the right choice or the wrong choice. And for Laris, it might have been a very bad choice.
Yeah. I mean, Aegon, it may not be the worst thing. Aegon may be understanding because he helped
Yeah.
him with a lot of other things, but whatever. Agree. I mean, agree. It's definitely a choice, and hindsight's 2020, so we don't know. We didn't know that Sunfire, aka Sheep Stealer, was gonna show up. Um, so yes, great pick. I don't know if I have any Ani mentions really. Um, I guess I mean, we'll probably talk about this in our scenes picks, but I'm gonna go Caraxes. I mean, all the dragons generally cool as hell this episode, but
Yeah.
Caraxes is that dude.
He
He
really is.
messed Sheepstealer up, and his
Yeah.
neck just was amazing. So, yeah.
Good pick.
Um, yeah, other than that, quick shout out to uh my boys Daron and Gwaine. I love the like, the little side conversations that they're having, and like it's clear that they're just like, what the fuck is Orman doing? Like, what are we gonna do? I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, what I'm the king allegedly, but I can't do anything. So
Yeah.
I, I enjoy every time we check in with them lately. I feel like that's one of, if not the most interesting to me at this point is basically Tumbleton, is Ormond and those two. Um, but yeah, just wanted to shout those two out because I enjoyed their little things. Um, all right. Any other honey mentions for people?
No, we could leave it at that.
Scenes. Favorite scene.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Ah,
No, you.
I mean, I'll stick with the dragons. I gotta go with the four-way dragon fight. We don't get a lot of besides, Dracarys, just dragon burning shit. And to see a couple of them like actually fighting kind of like animals is very intriguing to me. I like what they did with it. I Every time something happens with the dragons, I think it's cool because we don't really know like that much about them. Like, and they're, we have some ideas, but like the fact that like their injuries are steaming and like almost like
Yeah.
boiling, and
Yeah.
like how they're actually like attacking and like doing this stuff, and like does the flames actually hurt them? Yeah, sometimes, but not always. Like, it's just very interesting, and it was super cool, and I just enjoyed, Damon like kind of being like, dude, I get it. Like, I was a loser too.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the first time like the dragons fight and they stay on the fight because every time it's like in the air, it's like super quick and because they don't want it to look,
It's because, yeah, it costs money.
it costs money and how real can it possibly look? Um, but no, I mean it was a drawn out fight and it looked sick and I mean if what are we here for? If not, the show's called House of the Dragon.
Yeah,
So like
give me some
let me
dragons.
yeah, so yeah, I agree.
Dragging
Sick.
these nuts.
Dragging these nuts across your long ass necks, Coraxes. Um, yeah, so if you didn't pick it, that was gonna be my pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let's fuck it. Dragons
Okay.
only today.
Yeah.
And it's Sunfire popping up like the
Amazing.
Undertaker out of the casket. Um,
Boom.
yeah. I mean, the reveal of them both having the burnt up face, and it's, you're just like, oh, here we go. And then a good old Dracarys, and Aegon screaming like a madman. I love it. I love it. I hate him again. I'm so back to hating him.
I don't know. I think I don't hate him
I
right
mean, I
now.
don't like I don't want him to like come out on top at the end. But eh. Like
It's
I
a
hate
cool
him.
moment.
I hate him in principle, but his story has been really good this season.
Yeah. Hate hate the person, not the artist, or
Yes.
whatever you want
Yeah.
to say. Um, yeah, no, that's this is like 1A, 1B for me. I really enjoyed that scene as well. Um, I kind of like I just knew it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on. How do you not know?
There was I don't know if you kind of saw any of it or if Ultra Facts talked about it or whatever, because it's like a little bit spoilery, but there was a lot of talk amongst the book readers about Sunfire and if he was coming back or not. So it's interesting that they made that choice and was just like, "Yep, Sunfire's back."
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do with it. But it was a cool ass scene.
Yeah, I mean he said that he doesn't die in the books at that point. I mean, he didn't say whether or not. I mean, we know they all die at the end. We get to Game of
Everyone
Thrones and
dies,
there's
Benny.
yeah, exactly. So, um, but yeah, so I'm assuming that that was maybe at least one breath of fresh air for the book readers is that he did come back. But I mean, like I said, I mean, it was plainly obvious when I mean, I know what was What
Sheep Stealer?
Rhaenys, uh,
Rhaenys, yeah.
Rhaenys's dragon was like torn apart a little bit, but it was like straight up decaying.
Yeah.
And Sunfire was in bad shape, but I
Yeah.
mean, they made a
Just
pretty
sick.
obvious point of like him kind of being in one piece. Yeah, there were some flies around him, but they go to Rhaenys's dragon and it's like decomposing. So
Yeah.
at that point, I'm like, all right, that's the biggest hint that they're gonna give us.
So, Um,
Oh, worst scene.
yes.
I mean, I guess it's mommy daughter bang or mama son bang bus episode. I mean, it feels
Bus.
icky, even though you know it's
Casting
you get
couch
the
with
reveal.
Aemon.
Yeah, you get the reveal that it's a vision. It's still, they still put it on film and they make you believe for a minute or so. But yeah, it
Man on
gives you
film.
the ick. Gives you the ick.
Yeah. I feel like I would be less icky if this plot line was like cool and I was
Yeah.
interested in it. But I've been sick of Harrenhal and the visions since last year. I'm sick of it now.
Sick of Al. You're sick of Allison.
Sick of Allison. I'm sick of Alice Rivers. I'm sick of Aemond. Like, I'm done with all of this. Just get to something else,
Yeah.
please.
Fair
But
enough.
I don't know. I just think that they want to just make this so much about like, I'm trying to say this in a way that's not spoilery, but like make this so much about like specific characters in these factions rather than just like these factions.
Yeah.
So like it's like they're stretching things or shortening things or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see where it ends up, but I'm sick of Harrenhal.
I am so sick.
You know what? I wish the phrase would just take it over and get out of here.
She was loving that.
Oh,
Mama
fantastic.
Frey.
I don't understand. So I would have told her to do that fucking weeks ago. because
Yeah.
it's a contingent of armed men. Yeah, go fucking take it. Kick Aemond out or bring him back. Like, what? Why did you wait so long? Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna send random cell swords to try and get him. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the plot armor on Eamon is about as thick as we've seen it on pretty much anyone, and we've seen it thick on a lot of people.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it's
Let me take that back. But um, just him just murking everybody, like no flawless victories. But then 2 seconds later, he's on the ground in pain. Um,
it was
I don't
pretty
know.
cool when he killed Sir Adrian, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, takes his hand off the sword and Allison's like, "Oh, good." And then he's just like right under the chin.
Some quick hitters before. Oh wait, you got to give your least favorite,
Oh, I mean, it's the same. It has to be the
Taryn Hall.
same. Um, I don't think anything else really like pissed me off that much. Like there's a couple of things that I would call out, but I'm not gonna because of spoilers. But that was still like, yeah, the most annoying thing to me is the whole Allison storyline. Get out of here,
Um, some quick hitters from me.
please.
Some of the Damon stuff in this episode was really great. I mean,
Agree.
you could say that he like wins the week, not based on the character, but just kind of like just him as a character this week. The him saying please
Yeah.
to
And sorry, he
yeah, and
says.
sorry. So maybe the Harren Hall thing put him through enough therapy where he's learning some manners. Um, the Rhaenyra stuff we kind of touched on. The Rhaena stuff. Where is that going to end up? I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Uh, we could spend probably 2 hours on this episode breaking it all down. We don't need to, but I did want to
No.
shout out the Damon-ness of this episode because he was kind of all over in a lot of different places doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. Total agree.
Just the scene with
Enjoyed.
him and Rhaenyra in general, like when he's like
Yeah.
trying to explain what happened, was really good.
Yeah. That was good. And him and Rena, him basically apologizing for being a bad father. Um, it's just weird. Like I enjoyed it, but I feel like with some of these characters, it's like up and down and up and down, like with like they're pieces of shit. No, they're kind of good. No, they're not. Like you would in most books, if it's like the heroic character, you're typically like, even though you make some missteps, you're going up. This is, and I intentionally, the fact that like you never really get like, is this a good guy or a good person or a bad person? Am I rooting for them? Am I rooting against them? And I do like that, but at the same time, it's like also snip, snap, snip, snap. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
back and forth.
the heel turn, face turns are happening too quick.
Right.
Where if you did it, like draw it out a little bit more. But they don't really have the time for that, I guess.
No,
I
I
don't know,
guess.
but
I
like
don't know.
maybe I don't know. I don't know how you fix it. Because they're obviously trying to, like you said, play with that. How do you feel about this person? And maybe they just don't give you enough time to come to a conclusion on
Yeah.
purpose. I don't know.
Yeah. And the show, to be fair, is doing a little bit more of that um because I think they want the audience to root or not root for specific characters or specific factions at certain junctures in the show, different, yeah, that they root or don't root. And I'm not sure like really why. Like, so again, I want to see where they end up with this, but I think that's one thing that was done better in the books is your, I guess, interpretation of each of these characters, like how you feel about them is like pretty like, all right, I do like this person, I don't like this person, or whatever. And it's, yeah, they might be morally gray, but it doesn't matter. I still like them. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
All right. Any final thoughts on the
um,
episode?
Not really. I will always shout out my boy Manderley and the small council. He's just like, I said I wanted to do attacks and you guys weren't even listening. And like they're just like,
Okay, anyway.
anyway, yeah, amazing. Um, so I mean it's just I'll probably I'll end it on this, I guess, is it's very interesting all the things that they're doing. That included the small council, but the small folk, all of her decisions. It's just interesting watching. It's like watching the Zamboni gonna run over the guy in Austin Powers. It's such a
Just
slow
take,
moving death, but like Rhaenyra is just constantly fucking herself, and
yeah,
it's wild. It's funny,
yeah.
but
And fucking members of our small council.
uh, you know what? Quickly, let me shout that out. This is so stupid. What are we doing?
I,
Like,
what's the point?
I
I
get
mean,
it. I get what they're trying to do, but do we need that? I don't know.
yeah, it's, I don't know. I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't care about the fact that it's two girls. I don't give a fuck about that. I think
Oh
that just
no,
the
yeah,
idea of that is stupid.
yeah. I mean, please, two chicks. What's better than that? Nothing.
What would you do if you had $1 million?
I tell you what I
Two
do.
chicks at the same time, man. Um,
All right, what do you
that's
say?
that's too much work. One is
Yeah, oh, come
enough.
on, please, please,
Come on.
come on. Who's got time for that?
Not me.
Um, what do you say? We do a quick Odyssey corner, part two.
Sure. Um, yeah, before we get into that, we'll see you next week for if you want to drop off if you haven't seen Odyssey. Please send us some emails about House of the Dragon or a message, whatever. The people who are listening probably know us in real life, so send us a
Comment on
text
the
message.
YouTube.
Yeah. Um, so again, if you haven't seen Odyssey yet, get out of
See
here,
you
and
later.
we'll see you next week. Um, but I'd be surprised if you haven't because this it was a Tuesday night and the theater was fucking packed.
Yeah.
Packed. And I mean, I get also Spider-Man is showing, so there's tons of people. Like I had to park like a mile away from this movie theater. I saw it in I don't know what's it called, fake IMAX, like IMAX,
Yeah. The digital
laser
version.
something or
Yeah.
other. Like, it's like the step below what you saw it in, I guess. But it
No,
it
I didn't
looked
see it in the
great.
IMAX. I saw it on regular
Oh, that's
70.
right.
So I
That's right.
had the thinner view.
Yeah. I mean, it looked amazing. The sound was incredible. I love the not only the soundtrack, but like the sound editing was crazy. The sound effects were awesome. Um, and it was a gorgeous movie. Gorgeous. The
Yeah.
locations were insane. Um, I will say I looked at my watch a number of times though.
That's fair, but it's what did you think once you got to like the third act and like the last hour of it?
Listen, I enjoyed it. I don't probably need to ever see it again. At least
Oh,
not for
we're trying to
I know.
get
I know. It I just like didn't care that much. Like I wasn't emotionally invested in it in any way. But like I was like, that's cool. Like all the whole movie, I was like, wow, that's cool. That's awesome. Great scene or like cool idea or whatever. But I just like didn't care that much about anybody or anything. I need a little, maybe I'm a little emo, which we know I
a
am.
little jaded, maybe.
I'm also a little jaded, yes. I need some kind of thing or person or whatever element to care about, and I just like didn't in this, but I enjoyed it. To be fair, I'm not like upset that I saw it. I didn't hate it. I'll probably wait 5 to 10 years to watch it again though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with like that was kind of my main takeaway is like this is what I want to go to the movie theater to see. Like something like this. like literally grand,
Total
like
movie
just
theater movie.
yes, like the just like the grandest expression of what a movie should be, and it carries my grade so much further than probably just the movie itself. Like the movie itself is good, like you said, there are a lot of great scenes, a lot of cool. I mean, it's a story that's been told and retold millions of times for a reason. It's just an epic story of all, of grand proportions. It's very much this. What is it? The sum of the parts are greater than the whole, or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Yeah.
Because everything put together, just like I said, make it. It's just an event. Like I'm glad you saw it in the movie theater. I'm glad you saw it in
Oh
IMAX.
yeah.
It would have hit, I think, at home, but I mean, just having the sound system and like you said, just the wide shots of everything is just probably so sick in IMAX.
Yeah. And I actually was saying like when we left, if I saw that at home, I probably would have been like, what the f like couple cool scenes, I guess, but like what the
Yeah.
fuck was that?
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
like I loved Leguizamo in it.
oh, Leguizamo was awesome.
He's so good.
He was awesome in it. There was definitely some good actors, and I think like Matt Damon was good, but I don't know. I feel like someone else would have been better, and I don't know who that someone else would have been.
I can get behind that, but like you said, at the
It's
same
just because
time,
it's
it's
Matt
like
Damon. It's not because he's a bad actor. It's just like I don't know. I just don't see him in
well,
that part.
the meme. I mean, they saw somebody needed to get home, and they're like, "Oh, it's got to be Matt
Oh, it's
Damon."
got to be
Like,
Matt Damon. Yeah,
yeah,
he's always tried to
who
get
else?
home.
Who else needs to get home besides Matt Damon?
Yeah,
People I think are very split on Tom Holland. I thought he was good. I mean,
he was
like
fine.
I'm not like I said,
Not
the first
great.
thing I texted you guys after was like Robert Pattinson's the man. He was just such a sniveling F in this movie.
I think one of the best parts was him standing behind the pillar, just
Yeah.
going,
Get that
"Spears,
shit. Yeah.
shields,
Yeah.
get the swords."
Yeah. And then I mean the meme of the movie like just absolutely blowing up. I'm sure you've seen it at some point on Reels or something. But the line where he's like, somebody get these beggars out of here. It's just like
Yeah,
every meme is like when I see somebody trying to get on the same subway car as me. And it's
yeah,
it's
right.
that.
Yeah,
Um
it's a good, it's memeable.
Yeah. No, I'm very much into Robert Pattinson, and I feel like every movie I see him in, I'm respecting him more and more. And I got to go back and watch the Batman at this point.
Yes, yeah. Um, but yeah, um, I would say if you have the opportunity to see it in a theater, do so. But I would definitely understand anyone that waits and watches it at home. And I know we have, you know, the setups and the f fucking subwoofers and whatever. It's not the same. I don't care what
Yeah,
setup you have, unless you have a legit movie theater in your huge house. It's not the same. It's worth it to see in theater. And but I could see people watching at home being like, it was okay. Like, I
yeah.
guess. I don't know.
I mean, I love, again, it's the what's becoming a bit of a nerdy thing of ours, or at least mine at this point. I mean, you've already been there, but just the movie making, and the fact that it's all practical effects for the
I
most
know
part.
it's very cool.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to score it because like as far as the accomplishment of making this movie and what they did,
Oh,
it's a
11
10.
out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
like it's just such a triumph of movie making. But like what is that? I mean, the story is the story, and they took their liberties, and
Yeah,
not everybody was perfect, and I'm sure that people want to poke holes in the way that they retold it. That's not for me to decide because I really
who cares?
don't care about the story that much to like
No.
take offense to anything that they did. I enjoyed it. So I don't know. I still probably would grade Oppenheimer above it. I just really enjoyed that movie again, but again,
I
like
would
I'm
say I
I'm
would agree with that.
I'm sullied by getting that IMAX experience, and like, you know, if you're gonna get me to the movies, like make it worth my while. Because like you said, at this point, like, do I want to see Spider-Man? Yeah, but I'll probably wait. That'll be good enough to watch at home. Anything
Yeah,
else that I want to
probably.
see. I mean, th these Nolan movies are really getting me to want to go to the theater and
Yeah.
spend the obnoxious amount of money that it is to get tickets and Ubers and subways and whatever to get to the movie theater. So yeah, for that reason, I mean, it's what I wish I had more to say about it. I really don't, and I was getting annoyed with me because she's like, "What'd you think of it?" I'm like, "It was really good." Like I don't know. I mean, like I don't know. She was like giving me the history of the story, which was nice to get a lot of that. You know, the reason why this whole thing gets set off. Like Odysseus was a little bit more brazen about shooting the Cyclops in the eye, and that's why Poseidon like really has it out for him. Um, so like those are the things that they changed that people had issues with that I would just have never known. Um, but I mean, yeah, that was my biggest takeaway was just how incredible of a feat it was to do what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree. Like you said, I don't want to say technical, but like cinematic achievement, 10 out of 10. Like amazing. Good job. Congratulations, good job. My enjoyment, the important metric here,
The only thing that
less
matters
so.
why we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, again, I enjoyed myself. 3 hours in a movie theater, a little long. But I very much enjoyed it. I'm glad I went. But like I said, probably won't ever watch it again, or maybe at least for not for another couple of years. There's absolutely no reason for me to watch it again anytime
What did
soon.
you what did you think of my guy Bernthal?
I don't know what I think about him. I feel like he was good, but similar to like a couple of the actors, they just because of who they are, they just seemed out of place in a movie like this.
Do you know who I felt that way the strongest about in the movie?
Hathaway.
No. I could see why people would say that, but I thought she was really good.
Yeah, she was fine.
It was Charlize Theron for me. I don't
Fair.
know why, like she was the one person that felt out of place. And it's so funny because of like, all the people that were up in arms about Lupita
That's
that
so
like
stupid.
it's just so dumb. Like I said, like I wasn't even like it didn't even cross my mind when I was watching
Bro,
the movie. Like I said, I was so happy that I didn't see any of that crap before I went. But like, yeah, it's funny that the one person that I'm sure everybody was so happy that they casted because she's blonde haired. I don't know. There's just something about her that it just,
just doesn't seem like she fits here, and that's how I feel about a couple of them. Damon,
yeah.
Barenthal, Holland, Zendaya. I felt like it's not that I'm saying they acted poorly. They did not. They were great. But for me, they didn't seem like they fit in a movie like this.
So where I'll push back on that, I'll say that I'm almost glad that they went full movie star than like one or two movie stars surrounded by like lesser known people
Hmm.
because I think you either go full movie star for something like this or full unknown to like really, immerse yourself in because if you want to tell this story like this ancient Greek story, like you almost don't want to think about who the actors are, like you just want to get into that. So I don't know. I think that's kind of after thinking about it for a few weeks, like I think that's kind of where I land on it. Because yeah, I mean, a lot of the times you're like, oh, Anne Hathaway, oh, Zendaya, oh, like it's just all these people that, like I said, when Leguizamo popped on the screen, I was like, nice, nice. So
But you know what?
uh,
He was so good, and like Pattinson was so good, and I think Hathaway was very good, and I thought Lupita was awesome. But like, I didn't think that about them, and you could say that they're movie stars, but they were so good that it didn't matter. I just
yeah,
not that these other actors weren't good, they were, but they weren't so good that I look past of who they are and like the fact that they're in this film. I don't know. It's probably just my own stupid brain, but
You know what?
that's how I felt.
Like the way I feel about it too is it's a really awesome collection of scenes.
Yeah.
Like you could go to every scene, be like, yeah, that was a fucking awesome scene. That was an awesome scene. I can understand why, like, as a whole, you're like, okay, it was good. Like, we moved from X A to B to C to D, but like, I'm like, oh, the scene where everybody comes out of the sand in
Yeah,
hell
cool as
was
hell.
sick, and like the monologue from Elliot Page was awesome. The siren scene is sick. The scene with the witch is really cool. Uh, there's so many like just moments and
Yeah.
and scenes that were just like so well done.
And that's movies like this, these epics, um, are great to see, but they're not, I just don't find them to be super rewatchable. Um, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna sit and watch Lawrence of Arabia like every 6 months or something. Or um, this movie actually reminded me a bit of this movie called The Fall. I don't know if you've ever heard of that movie, but I
No.
think if we roll around, maybe it'll be my birthday pick, but it's not like I don't know. It's hard to describe the movie, but there's a lot of what you just said in that film. It's one of these epic fantasy storytellings, um, and it's just like a ton of cool scenes. But is the movie in totality like an enjoyable watch? I don't know.
Yeah. It made me want to go back and rewatch Oh Brother
Yeah, I was thinking of Oh Brother when I was watching this.
because like I told you when I watched the Odyssey, like I don't know from the Odyssey, like I didn't know anything about it. I knew there was a Cyclops and somebody was trying to get home. Like that was literally it.
So I know.
Um,
I know the
and
Honda Odyssey.
oh, please, I mean, come on, who doesn't?
What an automobile.
Yeah, so I want to go back and watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou now, at least knowing the bones of the Odyssey and see if it changes my appreciation of it. Because I did like it,
Yeah,
um, but knowing it's kind of a quote unquote modern retelling of the Odyssey, like I kind of want to see those beats of
yeah,
like what they're doing. Like obviously John Goodman with the eye patch being the Cyclops and the sirens and all that kind of stuff. So
yep.
um I would like to go back and watch that again. I don't know when I will, but I would like to.
With all our abundance of free time.
I know. I mean, come on, I'm drowning in free time.
Yeah, my God.
So bored all the time. But I'm glad you liked it. I really am.
Yeah,
Like I said, it was the spectacle of the
exactly.
thing
It
that
was
I
the
really enjoyed.
spectacle. Yeah. Um, uh, if you're still with us and you saw it, let us know what you thought. Um, yeah, got anything else?
I don't. I'm good.
All right. Well, again, we'll see you next week for the season finale. And then who the hell knows? Maybe a birthday pick, maybe something else. We'll see.
Yep.
But all right, Benny, tell him good night.
When I hear a sound,
Good night, sheep
I
stealer.
rap at the door, my young
Question
son
mark?
Gabriel walks in. My wife said, "No, Gabriel."
When they were
I
saying
said,
that,
"No,
I was like,
let the boy
you're
watch.
on drugs.
Let
But
the boy
What?
watch.
maybe.
He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned from his father. Let